dear students. Welcome to your computer science class. So I hope you are all working hard for your half yearly examination. So let us start the revision class today. So let us see what we have to revise today, children. Today in the revision class, we will be doing the revision from lesson number 5, that is working with styles and objects, and lesson number 6, that is working with tables. So let us begin with lesson number 5. Let me open the document, that is working with styles and objects. So style is what, children? Style is what? Style, it is basically of two types, okay? That is the, character style, character style and the paragraph style. Okay, character style and paragraph style, these are the two types of the styles, okay? So character style is what? Character style is used to make changes in one particular word. Like suppose I'm selecting this text and let me make the changes into it. See here. The changes will be made into one particular word, that is known as character style. Now in paragraph style, what we do is that paragraph style, the entire paragraph. I have not written a paragraph for you, but it selects the entire paragraph and make the changes into the entire paragraph. Like see here, you can see the changes. So this is known as character and paragraph style. Okay. Now let us come to the other topic, that is inserting word art. Okay, what is the second topic? That is inserting word art. Inserting word art. Let us see how to insert word art. First of all, we'll go to the insert tab and click on the word art button from the text group. Click on this and you will get various options from the drop down menu. Here you will get the dialog box and you can write the text whatever you want to write. Suppose I'm writing here good, and click on the OK button. So you can see here it is the word art. Word art is it gives a special appearance to your text. It looks decorative. Okay, you can give various other effects to your word art. Like see here, you can give it, show it like this. This way you can, whatever the style you want, you can make it that way. Okay, so this was about word art. Next topic is what, children? How to insert text box. Okay, next topic is inserting text box. How to insert text box? Again move to the insert tab and click on the go to the text group and click on the text box group. Then from the dialog box, from the bottom of the dialog box, you will click on draw text box. Okay, then here you can draw a text box. Here happy, whatever the text you want to write, you can write it and you can move this text box wherever you want. So this is the benefit of the text box. You can increase or decrease the size also of the text box. So this is the benefit of the text box. Okay, so this was about inserting text box. Okay, let us come to the fourth topic. Fourth topic is what? Using the working with shapes. Okay, working with shapes. How to insert shapes into your document? Again go to the insert tab. So what do we see here, children? Insert tab is very important. In the insert tab we got the word art option also and text box option also, and just now we are doing the shapes option also. So let us see what shape you want to insert from here. You can insert whatever the shape you want from here. Suppose this shape I'm taking, and you can insert it over here in your document in this way. So you can see the shape is inserted with the help of the dragging handle, you can increase or decrease the size of the shape. Okay, this way. Suppose if you want to write anything, what you will do, right click on the shape and click on the add text from the drop down menu, and you can write here, like see a star. Suppose I have written here star, so this way you can write the text within the shape. So if it is asked, suppose if you can write the text into the shape or not. And there are various other drawing tools. With the help of the shapes tool only, you can draw various drawing tools. Okay, like see here, these are the shapes, various drawing tools. Okay, you can color it according to your choice. Okay, so with the help of these drawing tools, you can draw shapes, you can make various drawing tools. Okay, so this was about, children, the inserting. Okay, now let us come to the next topic, that is inserting clip art. How to insert clip art? Go to the insert tab. Suppose if you want to search for flower, click or write the name of the text. Whatever the topic you want to search out, you can write the name of that text. You can click on go. Okay. So suppose whatever the picture you want to insert from here, click on insert from the drop down menu and it will be inserted on your screen. Once again, let us try. Click on this, click on insert option and it will be inserted. Okay, so this way you can see the picture has been inserted. Okay, you can crop this picture also according to your desire, what the size you want. Okay, this way you can crop your picture. Okay, and make it small according to your desire. So this was, children, inserting clip art in your document. Okay, then next is come to how to insert symbols in your document. Okay, how to insert symbols in your document. Let us come to the document. I'll tell you how to insert a symbol. Okay, let us see. Suppose I'm writing here 2 and I want to write here, come to this side, click on this one, left align and come down. And suppose if I want to insert any symbol, so what will I do is that I'll write 2 and I'll go to the insert tab and click on the symbol button and click on the symbol whatever I want to do, then I'll write here 2 and is equal to 4. So this way we can insert the symbol. So this was about lesson number 5, children. Let us come to lesson number 6. Okay, lesson number 6, create a new document, and let us come to the lesson number 6. Okay, lesson number 6, that is working with working with working with tables. Let me increase the font size for you so that it is easily visible to you. I will increase the font size, I'll make it bold and I'll increase the size from here. Okay, I will centrally align this, the name of the lesson. Let us come to see the first topic, come to the left alignment. Now see here, suppose if I want to insert a table, okay, like, okay, inserting the table. Let us see how to insert the table. Go on to insert button, click on table button and click on insert table. And here you can write here, select the number of columns. Suppose I'm selecting here 4 number of columns and 4 number of rows. Okay, now this is the dragging handle with the help of which you can resize your table according to your choice. Okay, now see here in the table, this is the dragging handle which you, with the help of which you can move your table according to the desired place wherever you want. Okay, so come to the original position. Okay, now how to enter the data? First we studied how to enter the data. Okay, suppose if I want to enter here the names, okay, Then press the tab key. This is the way to move to the next cell. Cell is what? Cell is the combination of rows and columns. Suppose I'm writing here the name of any subject. Suppose English. Okay, English. Press the tab key, right here Hindi. Okay, and press the tab key, right here total. Okay, now come down here. Suppose here write Mohan. Mohan secures in English how much? 99. Press the tab key. Then Hindi 66. Okay. Then come down to the next one. Right here Zoya. Then press the tab key. Right here 99. Press the tab key 88. Okay. Then come down here. Right here Ram. Okay. Then press the tab key here. Right here 88. Press the tab key 99. This way we study children how to enter the data. Okay, now suppose if you want to calculate the total, what will you do is that place your cursor in the cell where you want the result to be displayed. Place it here, go to the layout tab and click on the formula button and click on the sum left button and click OK from the dialog box. The result will be displayed. Same we come here and go to the formula button in the data group. Okay, data group, they are all in the layout tab. Children, do remember the tab and the group and the buttons. Okay, which button belongs to which group, which group belongs to which tab. It is very important to remember. Okay, suppose here it is written above. So what will I do is I will change above to left. Okay, left. Now see here left. Okay, now click on OK button. Then the result is displayed here. The same way, similarly come to this next cell and click on the formula button in the data group in the layout tab. Again and again I'm speaking out the group and the tab so that you may remember it well, children. Okay, now bring the cursor outside and click on the OK button. You can see the result will be displayed in the cell. So cell is what? The combination of the rows and columns. Okay. Now next is what, children? We have to study about how to border and apply borders and shading. So select the entire cell. Okay, after selecting the entire cell, what you will do is that go to the design tab. Okay, go to the design tab and you will get here in the table styles option, you will get the border. Okay, after clicking on the border button, you will get a dialog box. Okay, from the dialog box, click on the border and shading option. Click on this border and shading option and you will click on the all. Okay, and select the color, whatever the color you want. Suppose this color I'm selecting. Okay, and select the width of the lines. What should be the width of the line you want? Suppose this much. Okay, and click on OK. So you can see the changes are visible here. Similarly, you can apply shading to your table also with the help of this, whatever the color. Okay, so this way we have seen, children, how to apply borders and shading, how to enter the data into the table. Now we will learn how to insert rows and columns, okay, into a table. Now this is the column, the single headed arrow you can see here. With this help of single headed arrow, I will select this column. Column is what? Column is vertical. So select this. Okay, this column I have selected. Now after selecting this column, I will go to the layout tab. Then from the layout tab, what will I do is that I will click on the, suppose I want to insert a table left to it. What will I do? I will insert left. You can see the table is inserted next to it. Suppose if I select this column, okay, I want to insert again left to it. See here, the rows and columns are deleted. Let us Control Z and undo the action we have done. Now suppose if I want to select this row. Okay, after selecting this row, suppose if I want to insert a new row next to this row, what will I do? So to insert a new row next to the row which I have selected, so what will I do? Insert above, or see here, insert above I have selected, insert below. So this way, children, we can insert the rows and columns into our document. So this was about inserting the rows and the columns. How to delete a particular column now? Select the particular column, like suppose This one I have selected. Okay, this column I have selected. Now right click, and here you will get the drop down menu. From the drop down menu you can select the delete columns option, and the column will be disappeared. Okay, the column will disappear. Select the Ctrl Z, press again, and you will come back to your original position. Same way children, you can select the row also in this way, and you can right click and go to the, from the drop down menu you can delete rows. So the rows are deleted. So this way we studied that how the rows and columns can be deleted. Okay, the next is how to decrease or increase the column width. This way, with the help of the drop down menu, double headed arrow, we can increase or decrease the size of the column width. Okay, now next is how to set the table according to the window. Okay, so first of all, select this cell. Okay, now see here, auto fit window in the cell size. Okay, select here auto fit content, that is the table should be made according to the data you have entered. So auto fit content, what is the use of auto fit window? It will set your table according to the size of the window. Okay children, so this was about the table. Clear? Now control Z again. So this was about children the table, how to insert rows, how to insert columns, how to enter the data, and how to delete the rows and columns. Now suppose the next topic is merging of the cells. So select this row. I will select this row and go to the layout tab once again. In the layout tab, I will go to the merge group and click on merge cells button. So you can see here the cells, they are assembled at, joined at one place. Okay. Now suppose merging means what? Merging means combining. Suppose if I want to divide them again, dividing means splitting. So what will I do is that I will go to the split cells option in the merge group. Then I will click on the number of columns. Suppose I want number of 4, it was earlier. So number of rows also I want 4, 4, and I'll click on the OK button. So you can see the number of, they have again been divided into now these same number of rows and columns. Okay, suppose from here to here I want to delete. So how to delete it? Right click, I've taught you. Okay, after selecting the cell, suppose this cell I'm selecting. Okay, right click and delete the cells. So delete the. Okay children, so this way we can delete the cells, we can split the cells, we can merge the cells, we can resize the cells. So this was about children lesson number 6. So now let us see some of the important shortcut keys I'll tell you. Okay, okay, uh, shortcut keys. Okay, let us see to the shortcut keys. First of all, control plus n. Suppose control plus n is meant for what? Control plus n is for creating a new document. Okay, creating a new file. Okay, then control plus o is for what? To open a, to open a file. To open any file, you can use the shortcut key as control plus o. Then control plus X is meant for what? Control plus S. Suppose I'm writing control plus S is meant for what? Control plus S is to save your file. Okay. Control plus S is to save your file. Then next come to control plus X. Control plus X is meant for what? Is used to cut any text or cut any paragraph. Then control plus C is meant for what? It is meant for to copy any text or any paragraph. Then control plus V is meant for what? It is used to paste any text. Then this is cut, copy, paste. Now to find any text, CTRL plus to find any text, sorry, what you do? Control plus F. It is meant for what? Control plus F is meant to find any word in the document. Then control plus H is meant for what? Control plus H is meant for what? It is used to replace any text. Sorry, the cursor has come down. Control plus H is used to replace any text. Okay, replace any text. Then control plus Z is meant for what? Control plus Z is meant for, it is used for undo any action. Okay, anything if you don't want to happen, then you can press the control plus Z. Suppose control plus Y is meant for what? Control plus Y is meant for, control plus Y is meant for to redo any action. Suppose by mistake if I have deleted any text. So this was, children, a small shortcut keys button to help you while working on your Word document or PowerPoint or wherever you want to do your perform your action. So this will help you, children. So this was all about, children, the lesson number 5 and lesson number 6. You can go through your textbook also, children. Do not depend only on the revision. Go through the textbook, practice each and everything thoroughly, and learn the tabs, in which tab which button is there, which group is there in which tab. It is very important. Okay, so in the end, I wish you all the best, children. So see, suppose how to save a document. Suppose this file name has come, so I will write here, suppose anything. Okay, now you can see here docx. I have taught you know what is the meaning of docs. Like, see here, I'm working in Word document, so here the extension docx has come. It is used to show the extension that it belongs to a Word file. Okay, that it is a Word document, so the extension is .docx. Okay, so now I'm saving this. Suppose I'm saving this with the name of, okay, learn, LEARN. This is learn. I've written. Then I will save in my document. Okay, and I'll click on the save button. Okay, now it is saving. So here we came to know that what is the extension of a Word file. I had taught you orally, but practically I have taught you that today we had seen that docx is the extension of the Word file. So what is the extension of Excel? That is XLSX. That is yet to, we have to study. But what is the extension of PowerPoint? Extension of PowerPoint is .pptx. That I'll show you later on. Today we have studied about the extension of Word file. Okay, when we'll work in further in MS PowerPoint, we'll study about the I'll show you the extension of PowerPoint also. So children, this was all for today. I hope you all must have understood well, and so wish you all the best for your examination. Prepare well, be confident for your examination. Thank you. See you all in the next video with a new chapter. So till then, children, thank you. Stay fit, be blessed. Okay.